Well, folks out there in YouTube land, we're going to take you through a brief rundown of how to put a heater core in a 2012 Ram 1500 pickup. It was leaking, and I've already got it apart and got it out. I'm going to show you what all we had to do to get it done. So, because the heater box has to come clear out, you have to take the AC system, you got to evacuate it and pull it down to zero. And obviously you got to take the dash not clear out, but you got to take it completely loose of the front of the cab. So you need to take your threshold cover, it just pops right off, pull it up and come out. And then there's a side cover that goes on there, it just pops in. You pull the little rubber seal out and it makes it a little bit more accessible. Then you got to take both side A-pillars off. There's two 10mm bolts that goes in there. Those have to come out because they kind of lock into this groove here. Then you got two of these covers on the dash that you got to take out. Pop that out. Just pops out. There's a 10mm head bolt that goes in there. You need a kind of a long extension with a swivel socket to get it out because down in there tight against the windshield. But you get that out. Take the steering wheel loose. There's a stud there, it's got a nut on it, one there, one back here, and one right there. And when you get that out, see that hole right there, one right there, there's a 10mm head bolt there that will let you, sorry about the drunkenness there, it'll loosen the dash from the steering wheel bracket. Then you get these three bolts out right there, and this side is loose. Then we go to the other side. The bottom of the console area has got a piece of trim that goes around it. It just pops in. It's a little cantankerous to get it to pull off, but once you pull it off, you store it out of the way. And then there's a bolt. Well, there's two bolts that goes in right here, one there and one there. See, for the bottom of the dash. And then on this side, you got two bolts here, and there's one down here on the side. You have to get from right in here. And then this hook, you got to kind of pick the dash up a little bit to be able to pull it off of that hook, where it goes in right here in the A post. And then you'll have your heater box completely accessible. I use a strap to hold the dash back just to keep it from falling and hitting on me. And your heater hoses, you don't even have to unhook from out under the hood. There's enough slack when you pull it in, you can reach right here and take your clamps off and slide them right off right there. And most of your fasteners to hold the dash in are accessible from the inside of the vehicle. There's one there on the top left, and then there's one here, the center console area right there. And then there's one here, and I believe that was it. Then you go around to under the hood, and you do have to take your ECM loose, the bracket, because there's a fastener right there, and then the one that holds the heater hose loom right there. You'll see the two nuts. And then obviously your AC, you got to take it loose from the expansion valve. And I popped the AC or the air filter box out of the way to give me some more room to get to it. When you Let's see. Let's go to the heater box. The heater box has got 3 screws that hold the evaporator housing to the heater box, and then there's a couple of these little spring-loaded clamps that kind of holds it together. You don't have to take that off to get the heater core out. All you got to do to take the heater core out is, see, this is on the back side between the firewall and the box, so you have to take it out. But this goes on, you take 2 screws out and the little gasket, take that off and keep it for reuse. That's really all you have to do to take the heater core out. But I wanted to take the AC evaporator out and check it, and you can see that's the inlet side for the airflow, and that's the outlet. So I know that heater core, or that evaporator is not doing as good a job as it should be. So I'm going to try and clean this up, and if not, I'm going to sell him a new evaporator. They've got a deal that where you can cut the box apart. You cut this out right here, and you can put a cabin air filter in, and that'll stop all that dust from getting in that evaporator. The condensation buildup on it attracts that dust, and it just turns into mud on the evaporator core. Anyway, looks like my horses are all out of the barn. It's muddy out, but anyway, that's how you put a heater core in. If you like what I told you, well, go ahead and like my page, Sparks Automotive Mobile, and give me a like. Thank you for watching.